Hey, Retcon Raider here. We're coming up on the end of the month, so I thought I'd take it easy today and throw together another Retcon retrospective. Think of it as a monthly update on the channel. I like the idea of giving a peek behind the curtain, especially for folks who have aspirations of starting their own channel someday. So, what's new with old Retcon Raider this month? Well, a lot, I suppose. This weekend marks the end of my second full month on YouTube, and the first month since I flipped the switch and officially joined the YouTube Partnership Program. It's been a real learning experience. There's a lot they don't tell you about how YouTube works, especially these days, in the wake of the ad boycott. It can be pretty frustrating, but I'm still plodding forward one small step at a time. I think I ended my first month on YouTube with a net total of roughly 16,000 views and about 250 subscribers. At the time, those numbers seemed crazy to me, especially given that I just got started. But now I'm ending my second month with a net total of roughly 75,000 views and over 800 subscribers. I'll admit it's a bit stressful being under that kind of scrutiny, but it does give me good incentive to keep working at improving the quality of my videos. Although my numbers have advanced in leaps and bounds over the past few weeks, it doesn't look like I've done quite well enough to get a check from YouTube. But in the interest of improving my videos, I went ahead and splurged a bit anyway. Those of you who have been following my videos may have noticed a steady increase in the audio quality over the past few weeks. That's because I've been steadily upgrading my recording equipment one piece at a time. It's nothing too fancy. I'm still using my second-hand Blue Yeti USB microphone, but I've officially retired the cardboard box full of packing foam that I was previously using to dampen background noise. Now I've got my mic suspended from a proper boom arm, and I've accessorized it with a shock mount, pop filter, and miniature isolation wall. It looks a whole lot fancier, and it helps me get cleaner audio recordings in a shorter period of time. It also helps that I've been getting a lot more practical, hands-on experience with programs like Adobe Premiere and Audacity, which I've been using to make my videos. I've also continued experimenting with various other pieces of software, and at the moment I've become rather comfortable with GeForce Experience, a simple but intuitive program that lets me record my game footage. Oh, and I also upgraded my internet connection to make my upload times a bit less painful. I never really realized just how slow my old connection was until I started trying to upload videos. And believe me, I'm not exaggerating when I say that my new connection is exponentially faster than my old one used to be. That's not something that you'll really notice as a viewer, but on my end it makes a world of difference. Beyond that, I'm just continuing to learn as I go along. I'm still trying to figure out exactly what sort of demeanor and style I'm comfortable with, and over the past couple of months I've obviously been experimenting with all sorts of things. Different speech patterns, different speaking volumes, different types of humor. It's still a work in progress, but I'm starting to get a better idea of what I might be good at, and, more importantly, what I'm comfortable with doing. For me, I think it's obvious that I'm most comfortable when I'm working with pre-written scripts. I like the idea of doing Let's Play style videos, but I'll be the first to admit it's a lot harder than it looks. I have a newfound respect for the folks who actually manage to do it for a living. It's hard enough just trying to come up with a steady stream of interesting or humorous commentary, let alone doing it while you're also trying to play a video game. It's another thing I've been experimenting with, and I'm going to keep working on it moving forward. Most recently, I've gotten into the habit of writing potential talking points on Post-it notes, which I plaster all over my recording area when I'm doing videos with gameplay footage. That way, when I inevitably start running out of things to say, or I have a hard time articulating a thought, I can just glance at my wall of Post-its to help nudge me along. Obviously, improvisation isn't one of my strong points, but like everything else, I just need to keep building up practical experience with it, until I eventually go up a level. Then I should be able to assign some skill points or purchase an appropriate class perk or something. That should make things easier. Anyway, the short of it is that I've still got a long way to go, but for the time being, I'm still feeling pretty optimistic. I'll admit, I was more than a little worried that I was going to start burning out pretty quickly once I started doing this more regularly. but at the moment I'm still having a lot of fun making videos. It helps that I've settled into a production schedule I'm comfortable with, and for now my goal is to try to put out about 15 videos a month. Preferably one every 2 days, but you know what they say about planning. Right now I have to split my time between making videos and doing work that actually pays my bills. But if the channel keeps growing, then I may eventually get to the point where I can start considering a more ambitious production schedule. So, what are my plans going forward? Well, I've recently registered my website, though I haven't actually started building anything there. I've also got some placeholder art for my channel, but I'd like to get some fancier art and things like custom music and a proper outro for my videos. But since those things all cost money, they're a relatively low priority for the time being. For now, I'll just be focusing on what I've already been doing, which is researching and talking about interesting video games. Speaking of which, thus far I've leaned pretty heavily on Phoenix Point, and that's because for a while we were receiving new information about the game on an almost daily basis. But now that the crowdfunding campaign is over, Snapshot Games will be focused on developing the game, and will only be receiving monthly updates. That means that while I'll still certainly be talking about Phoenix Point whenever I have something new to share, I'll probably only end up doing 2 or 3 videos about it per month, at least until the backer beta comes out early next year. So to pick up the slack, I'll continue doing more videos about other strategy and role-playing games that have caught my interest. There are plenty of other upcoming projects that I haven't had a chance to talk about yet, and there are plenty of older games that I'd like to do videos about as well. It's just a matter of deciding which ones to start with. I've also been getting some pretty interesting suggestions from some of my viewers, many of which I've added to my slowly growing list of potential video ideas. Oh, and of course I'll also be continuing my ongoing series about Fallout Van Buren. It's not my best performing series, but I love talking about the Fallout universe. I've still got plenty of the design documents to go through, but I may also start branching out from there, perhaps talking about some of the other games in the series, or some of the related franchises, like the Wasteland trilogy. But like I've said before, the most important thing is that no matter what I do, it's something that you, the viewer, might enjoy. So please, share your feedback or suggestions in the comments below, and I promise I'll make sure to read them all. In the meantime, I've got some more scripts to write, and some more videos to edit. So for now, this is Retcon Raider, signing off. Thanks for listening. Oh, and remember, if you need to contact me for any reason, just leave a comment on any one of my videos, or feel free to use my official email address. Link is in the description.